Hi, I'm Melissa, and this is Julia. I am in 683. Today I will be talking about what is a prompt, why prompting is important, and the types of prompts such as the full physical prompts and the verbal prompts as well, and then most to least and least to most prompting. So first I'm going to start with what is a prompt. A prompt is to help a patient lead to the correct responses. So many individuals use prompting. So teachers use prompting, ABA therapists and BCBAs use prompting, parents use prompting, and there is also many environments that we can use prompting in. So we use prompting in community outings, we use prompting in schools, we use prompting in ABA centers, such as also with home settings, and we use prompting with functional living skills as well. Next, we are going to talk about why is prompting important. So prompting is important because we want to minimize errors as much as possible with our patients and reinforce the less intrusive prompts. So, for example, if we're going from a gesture to an independent, we want to really praise our patients for that independent response. We want to give them tons of fruit snacks for an independent response and maybe just one small fruit snack for a full physical response. Then we also, when reinforced, the patient realizes when we do that he or she is doing a correct response. Well, I only get one fruit snack for just a full physical, but if I do it by myself, I get like 10 fruit snacks, for instance. So now we are going to talk about the types of physical prompts. So we have here a book, a block, and a car. To keep things consistent for our physical prompts, we will be using the block mainly in these full physical prompts. We are going to go through each prompt and show you how to learn them. So first we are going to start out with the full physical prompt. So Julia, touch the block. So I'm taking Julia's hand and having her touch the block. So I'm going to show you that one more time. Julia, touch the block. And Julia touched the block by me taking her hand and physically having her touch the block. Next, we are going to show you a partial physical prompt. So I'm not going to actually touch her hand part. I'm going to touch like below her hand at her wrist. Julia, touch the block. So that is a partial. And then I let go and she finished it out. So here it is again. Julia, touch the block. Next, we will show you a positional prompt. Julia, find the block. So I scooted up the block from the middle up here. She knew to touch that block because it was before the other items. So here we go again. Julia, touch the block. Next, we are going to demonstrate a textural. This time, we are going to use this with these words we have. It will be with the interverbal saying you drive. You drive and the response is a car. So I have here car wrote in black, and it's with a black pen that is thick. Next, we faded to a lighter pen for red for car, and then a lighter one in orange for car, and then there's nothing on this piece of paper. And then hoping to fade out that paper for it. So, Julia, you drive a
car.
So I'm going to fade out that prompt, and we're kind of going a little faster because of the video time and everything for you to learn. Next, Julia, you drive a
car.
Okay, and this next one is a little lighter, so it's kind of harder for her to see, but enough for her to see too. Julia, you drive a
car.
And then this one does not have the word car at all on it. Julia, you drive a
car.
Perfect. Perfect. And now I'm going to see if she actually can get this for me. Julia, you drive a
car.
Perfect. So now the next prompt we are going to show you is a model prompt. And we are going to go back to our 3 items. Actually, for model prompt, I'm going to change it. And we are going to use something else. So this one, I'm going to clap my hands and see if she does it.
I popped my wrist weird. Go on.
Julia, clap your hands. So I clapped my hands first, and then she modeled what I did. So we'll show you one more time. Julia, clap your hands. So she responded exactly what I wanted. Next, now we will go back to our 3 items. On this one, I will be showing her which item I want her to pick. Julia, find the block. So I wanted her to pick the block, so I took my pointer finger and pointed to the one first, so she knew the item. So I'm going to show you that one more time. Julia, find the block. Good job, Julia. Now, I'm going to stop there and show you an overshadowing prompt. So for overshadowing, I'm going to be right above Julia's hand. So I can go in full physically or partial, whatever she needs to do that prompt. So Julia, touch the block. So if you notice at first she was not touching the block, I had to go in at first and then I faded it out to overshadowing. So we'll show you one more time. Julia, touch the block. So she needed that little prompt there again, but then I went right above again to show the overshadowing. Next is an independent. The independent is her doing it all by herself. So hoping that she does not need my help at all. Julia, find the block. Perfect. Yay, Julia, you got it. So she did not need that help at all. And I fully praised her with a party on it. So now we are going to talk about most to least prompting and least to most. So first I have this visual here to show you. First and the verbals too. So first we are going to do, I have independent, gesture, model, textural, positional, partial, and full physical. So when you do most to least, you're going to start out at full physical and work your way up to partial, positional, textural, model, gesture, and independent. When you do least to most, you're going to go independent, gesture, model, textural, positional, partial physical, and full physical. So you're going to go least to most, from independent to full physical. So you're going to work your way down the triangle. So Julia and I will demonstrate both of those. But first we are going to go to the verbal prompts. So we're going to do, what is your name? So we're going to show a verbal prompt. Julie.
Oh, go on.
What is your name? Julia.
Julia.
What is your name?
Julia.
So we just did, I showed you twice how to do what is your name. So now I'm going to show you a partial verbal. What is your name?
Julia.
Good job. So now I am going to show you again for a partial verbal. What is your name?
Julia.
So that is a partial verbal. Now I will show you an independent. What is your name?
Julia.
Perfect. Now let's show a most to least. Most to least.
Most to least.
Yep. Find the car. Yay. Now let's just try a least to most.
Okay.
Find the car. Perfect. So thank you very much for watching our video, and I appreciate it.